The Real Monica Adams Show is brought to you by Exist Stretch. Stop by for your free consultation and 30-minute introductory stretch today.
And it's a Wellness Wednesday brought to you by our friends at Exist Stretch. And today, I tell you what, I wish I could just lay on the table and have Tricia stretch me while we're talking. That is how bad my neck is feeling today. Today is something for everyone. I don't care if your kids play sports, if you're a golfer, maybe you're a weekend warrior. All of us do our own stretching, but there's a big difference. And today we're going to be breaking down what happens to the body if you're not stretching properly. And yes, you can do the assistance aspect by what Tricia and the team are able to do at Exist Stretch. If you haven't been in yet, this is your time to do so because they're running a special for Father's Day, 3 for $99. So it actually means you get 4. So you get your first stretch absolutely free and then 3 for $99. And I know some friends that have already taken advantage of that, which is very, very smart. There are a couple of locations. Make the one that works the best for you so you can get back time and time again. One of those in Arnold, Missouri, inside of Exist Fitness, and then the other is in the St. Louis Hills area, which is on Hampton. So whether it's in the city or in Jefferson County, existstretch.com on the website and then at Exist Stretch on social media. Well, welcome into the show. Hope you're having a great start to your day. We'd like to motivate you, get you involved in a little wellness, workouts. Again, if you've worked out hard and you're not stretching, that's why your body feels a little bit off. It's probably what happened to me. We're going to talk with Tricia coming up after our news you can use, and we're going to start off with weather, which is the most important aspect of the news you can use as we start, because a lot of you have been following along and are expecting some severe weather. We're all friends over at KMOV are saying just that. So let's break it down for you. For today, yes, there is a possibility of some evening storms. A first alert weather day, according to KMOV. Strong winds this afternoon, potentially severe storms this evening with damaging wind, tornadoes, and even hail possible. The wind advisory is non-storm gust to 45 miles per hour, turning hot, humid, and windy late morning into the afternoon. And then from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m., be prepared for these severe storms developing just northwest of our viewing area this afternoon, moving southeast with time. The storms will likely be strongest during the first few hours after they form, but we still have a chance for severe storms in St. Louis, focused on the 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. time frame. So just be weather aware. Again, we keep an eye to your friends, maybe over at KMOV or Fox 2 or KSDK or on weather, or find your apps. Just be weather aware. 92, as we mentioned, is going to be hot and humid. 69 tonight. So the Cardinals, will be talking about the Cards here in just a second. The game that they're playing is this afternoon, so that should be able to get in, hopefully. 69 tonight, though. Tomorrow, 30% chance of showers, 79 for your high. Friday, 83, and then we go into the weekend. A slight chance of late rain on Saturday with a high of 86. Storms are likely on Father's Day with a high of 82, and then we get into the next week, and you look at low to upper 80s once we get into Friday of next week. So not bad, and really just slight chances of rain as we go through next week. So again, we got to get past today. Today is the big weather day, so please be careful. All right, we're going to get into some health news, and we start off focused right here in our area. Washington University Medicine, they have a study that has found a new mRNA flu vaccine could reduce hospitalizations and deaths. Researchers are saying investigational Moderna vaccine is offering longer protection, broader immunity than the current flu shots. Less than 50% of the population usually get one, though. I will tell you, I don't. Sometimes in my head, I think I get a flu shot, and I swear I get the flu after that. I don't know if it's psychosomatic. The vaccine is addressing a strain mismatch problem. So again, researchers discovering the new vaccine could reduce the number of flu patients. Longer lasting protection in this as well. Moderna plans to target the vaccine to the older adult population. Okay, would you know if you are having a mini stroke? Would you know if you're having a stroke? You've probably heard before of a TIA, and that's what we're going to discuss today. A medical emergency that you cannot ignore. These are warning signs that demand immediate action, not a wait and see approach. Balance, tense. A person may be off balance or confused. Eyes, that double vision or blurred vision. Your facial drooping. In the arms, they may be uneven or weak when raised. Slurred speech. And then the time aspect is to call 911. So it is BEFAST. Be fast to identify the stroke systems. Remember these. The brain makes up only 2% of the body but uses 20% of its energy. It needs oxygen and has a very low threshold before it starts killing off the neurons. So who is at risk? TIAs tend to occur more frequently in older people due to cumulative damage to the arterial walls from vascular resistance over time. However, younger people are increasingly experiencing these TIAs because of metabolic disorders, diabetes, insulin resistance, and chronic inflammation. So we are definitely seeing a change with regards to age. So some key takeaways: a TIA is not minor. Know the be fast signs. Don't wait it out. Younger people at risk as well. Prevention is possible. So you manage your blood pressure, you reduce your inflammation through diet and lifestyle changes, you control your stress, and you get adequate sleep. Also get checked even if you feel healthy, because again, you play an integral role in your health with your healthcare team. I don't know how many times I've said this to people. I'm always afraid of something happening by someone just trying to put out a cigarette. I always think if somebody flicks one out a window and something's happening with somebody else's car, that the car could explode. And then this happens, folks. A discarded cigarette to blame for Marriott hotel fire that caused over $7 million in damages. This is in Nebraska, and fire officials say this destructive fire broke out at a hotel on Monday night. Likely it could have been avoided. According to the fire and rescue in that area, an improperly discarded cigarette caused a fire that destroyed the Fairfield by Marriott Inn and Suites property in Lincoln, Nebraska. Firefighters responded to reports of the flames, an explosion at the hotel in that evening. A passerby called 911 after noticing a small fire at the time on the exterior of the building. And good thing for that passerby. They said they'd like to thank them for their due diligence. Authorities didn't immediately say if anyone was facing charges or if the person who left the cigarette had been identified. But again, the building alone is valued at $7 million, not including its contents. And I'm just going to localize this. There is a restaurant that no longer exists in the Lafayette Square area, all because someone put a cigarette out in a planter, and Vin Diesel is no longer here because of it. So folks, come on, be responsible. I mean, again, it's your right to smoke or not smoke, but put that out properly, because now look what they're dealing with. Clayton-based Centene, they are offering some employees buyouts, citing market issues. They're offering this, and an internal letter was actually sent out, and the move, they're saying, is due to market issues and that employees have until early July to make a decision. Now, our friends over at KMOV have previously reported that the company had said cuts to the Affordable Care Act and Medicaid presented challenges to their bottom line. They asked Centene for more information, such as how many employees will be targeted in the reduction or if more cuts will be coming. The company had yet to respond to them. I said this morning to Zach, Pizza Hut is being sold. Can you believe for this much? $2.7 billion. We both made the comment, had no idea that they were worth that much. Yum Brands said yesterday that the private equity firm Long Range Capital will be buying Pizza Hut, excluding the mainland China business, for about $1.5 billion. And the 68-year-old chain that has long struggled with growing competition and outdated restaurants will be sold for a whole by $2.7 billion by the parent company, again, which is Yum Brands. Pizza Hut. I don't know. It's a sad thing to be seeing what's happening to businesses as a whole. Yum Brands is based in Louisville, Kentucky, and they expect the sale in U.S. and China to close in the third quarter. The company's stock rose nearly 2% on Tuesday. Well, we've got some exciting news back home here. Jackie Joyner-Kersee, which, by the way, we absolutely love her, and all she's doing for East St. Louis. And now she's opening a new innovation center aimed at growing opportunities in the East St. Louis area. And Olympic gold medalist and hometown hero JJK is working to change some of the pockets known as food deserts, planting new seeds of opportunity in East St. Louis. So again, this is just across the St. Louis metro area. Many families in the food deserts lack easy access to fresh and healthy foods, and she wants to change that. Joyner-Kersee is opening this new innovation center on her foundation's 100-acre campus, and space leaders say it is about more than growing vegetables. It's about growing futures. Way to go, JJK. All right, if you're a basketball fan and a Mizzou fan, Mizzou men's basketball, they will be facing Marquette in the Chicago for Legends Classic. The public sale is set to begin Friday, July 10th. Mizzou says ticket information for the game will be available later in the summer. In 9 total meetings, by the way, Mizzou currently holds a 5-4 lead in the series. All right, I'm just going to say this. This one might be controversial. I don't know. I'm hoping that it is true, that it is because it was actually written on the uniforms, but I'm going to let you weigh in on this, and I will give you my comment after this. But Major League Baseball is warning players about altering their uniforms after Giants pitchers added some Bible verses on Pride Night. Now, I took a picture of that cap, and we zoomed in on it, and you can see the writing of Genesis 9, verses 11. So, he wasn't the only the only player. There was a handful of Major League Baseball warning these players about writing on their uniforms. So the San Francisco starter, Landon, and 2 other pitchers added Bible verses to their Pride Night caps last week. So again, as I mentioned, it's Genesis 9 verses 12 through 16 actually was written on that cap. A portion of the Bible verse overlapped the logo, the rainbow San Francisco logo that players wore for the Pride Night. San Francisco relievers, also a couple of them, added Bible verses to their caps as well. Now, Major League Baseball came back and said that it had nothing to do with the faith-based. It was the fact that it was on the uniforms in general. Writing of any kind with any message prohibited per Major League Baseball's uniform regulations. I'm going to let you weigh in. Do you think that is the reason? Or do you think it was because of Pride Night? I'm hoping that it has to do with just the uniforms in general. And yes, you can't deface that, just like you can't deface money. But I am going to ask for this. Why don't we have a faith night, a specific night dedicated to faith? And then they wouldn't have to scribble on their uniforms, right? Just think about that. That's my 2 cents worth. All right, we've been talking about soccer. I don't know if you've been watching or not. I've caught some games here and there. I will be watching the U.S. play Australia Friday afternoon. Well, you got to love this. Lionel Messi, who many believe is the best of all time. I don't know. I'm going to have to put him up there with Pele. He tied the World Cup scoring record with an unforgettable hat trick for Argentina. Lionel Messi used the front of his white and blue sweat-soaked jersey to wipe the tears from his eyes, a flood of emotions cracking his usually calm and confident demeanor after he gave Argentina an early lead in its World Cup opener against Algeria. Then he scored again, and suddenly any questions about his hamstring injury or whether he could help Argentina become the 3rd team to win consecutive World Cups, even as his 39th birthday approaches next week, has been answered. A brilliant hat trick in a 3-0 win. And again, he moved into a tie with Germany for the career scoring record at the Men's World Cup. Congratulations. He is incredible to watch, by the way. Let's get into some baseball news. The Cardinals beat the Padres 3-2. I mentioned earlier in weather that it is the 2 teams today at Busch Stadium at 1:15, and I'm hoping that will be okay because it looks like that weather is moving in more so, at least from what we're seeing from our meteorologists, later in the day into the evening. So hopefully they'll get that in. All right, today's National Day of Calendar. Eat those veggies. Eat your vegetables. National Root Beer Day. National Mascot Day. It is National Apple Strudel Day and National Cherry Tart Day. So we've got a couple desserts there. We got some mascots. It could be eating desserts and drinking a little root beer and then saying eat those vegetables as well. Every kid will tell you, though, that vegetables are better when you put a little cheese on top, right? All right, there you go. All up to date in our first 15 minutes of the show. Hope you're having a great start to the day. Good morning to all of you that are signing on this morning. Let's see who's already talking. Of course, Linda's up and at 'em. We've got Tony and Sean. Julie says good morning, Linda. They have every other kind of night at the ball field. Yes. Why not a faith night? I know. Feel free to comment. Feel free to say hello. Anything that you want to say this morning or ask questions of, please do so. Get ready to line up those questions. We're going to talk about whether we are stretching properly or what's happening in your game. You know your game can improve, by the way, if you incorporate this into your routines. We're going to talk with Tricia Roades all about that. Tricia, an FST certified therapist with Exist Stretch, joins me next.
What if you could start your day feeling loose, relaxed, and ready? Deep hydrotherapy right in your backyard. Relax with your family or friends, or work out with our Michael Phelps Edition Swim Spas. Worried about maintenance? We have factory-trained service nearby whenever you need it. Plus, we're here for you long-term if you have any questions or need to refill supplies. You can even test spas at our showrooms. Spas and More, A+ rated, locally owned for 20 years. We put the ah in spa.
Welcome back to the Real Monica Adams Show. So I was just visiting with Tricia Roades, again, from Exist Stretch, just off camera, telling her that no, the hot tub has not come yet. That was her question. July 24th. I am counting down the seconds, the minutes, and the hours. I don't know what's going on with my body, but this is such a great topic for us to discuss today because, again, I work out. I worked out really hard, and Jim thinks that's it. And he's like, Monica, maybe don't do that anymore.
No, you're an athlete. Yeah.
I know, but it was just, it's crazy because the way I felt. So I went to the Muni last night. Shout out to Hairspray.
Oh, wow.
Zach was there last night. Have you ever seen this?
No, but
it was so gorgeous weather-wise last night. I mean, I actually brought a jacket along.
Yeah,
It was crazy. So let me give a shout out, by the way, to Motormouth Maybell, the woman who played that. She sang Big, Blonde, and Beautiful before they got into the intermission. That woman has an amazing voice, by the way. So you are incredible. The woman who played Tracy as well. Let's see, her name is Katie. And then Richard Kind is in this. Do you know who Richard Kind is?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a woman in this, by the way, which you gotta love. He's Edna. But they're all amazing. I was really, really impressed, though. The energy of the young girl who plays Tracy. Way to go. Get a chance to see Hairspray. It is at the Muni. It opened up Monday night, and I loved it. I will say this. I saw an influencer posting about some new things at the Muni food-wise,
Okay.
and I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to nix. The croissant turkey club was just okay, and then the pulled pork sandwich that they added. They just opened the season. I want them to up this. I said, Jim, how was your pulled pork sandwich? And he goes, one and done. And I'm like, yeah, I will tell you, my favorite thing is to go to the restaurant that's affiliated with the Muni that's there, right there by the Family Plaza. Or they have a cheese and like charcuterie kind of thing that's massive. So if you want some fruit and cheese and meats, I think that's your best way to go. Yes. So that's from me. I just wasn't a huge fan. Please step up. It was all bread, and then the bacon was like really sad looking, and then turkey. Yeah. So it was just, they're trying to add some new things, though. I think they got some pushback. So they've got some new things. There's a cheeseburger and pulled pork and a handful of other things that is new in that area in the concession by the plaza. But yeah, I saw this person talking about some new things. So if you've been, let me know. If you liked the croissant turkey club, maybe you had a good one. Maybe I had a bad one. I don't know. Let's see. Linda, I planned chef salads first dinner tonight. Perfect. All right. Meal prepping, by the way. I just told Tricia.
Yeah.
I made a bunch of protein pancakes.
I love it.
She's proud of me because I'm going to eat breakfast after this. Stephanie, good morning. Hope you're having a great start to your day as well. If you don't know Tricia is one of the FST therapists that are at Exist Stretch. It's her and Tim that I've been stretched by so far. I haven't had a chance to be stretched by Claire or Justin, but I really like the idea of being able to tell you different things. I mentioned before, Tricia, I can absolutely tell that Tim has a massage background because he breathes with you.
Yeah.
Right?
He's just got a different aura about him that if you're used to a massage, that's what you're walking into as well.
Yeah, you can almost feel like he is taking the pain you're feeling and then taking it into him, and then he's got to protect it. You guys have to protect your own bodies, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, he started out and we were looking at, because I told him this was a couple of weeks ago, how bad my neck was feeling. And so he was, like you did with Jim, with his feet and his legs being off. He was like, Monica, let me see you, and go out and give a big hug, and then pull the hands together. And that was, of course, off. It got better. But you and he both know right in that area. That's my problem area.
Absolutely.
I am so tight today. But I don't have the headache I had at the Muni last night. I didn't feel good last night.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and this is what we're talking about today, though. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
That's such a sing-along play as
well. It was. Well, I didn't get a chance to stay for the end. Jim was like, let's go.
Yeah.
He wanted to get to bed.
Yeah.
But Big, Blonde, and Beautiful, I was like wanting to sing along. It's crazy because you want to enjoy life, and when the body is off, which is what we're talking about today, when the body's off, you're just frustrated and you're trying to think, what am I doing wrong? So today we're going to focus on how things can be better when you stretch, but I also wanted to flip the narrative and say, here's what could go wrong when you're not incorporating it. And I am saying this is for everybody because we're getting ready to get into summer. We're not even officially into summer yet. All the kids are getting ready to play sports, or they are already. Then I'm thinking about the weekend warriors that are going to go out and play tennis and then pickleball and padel ball and what else, golf. I'm seeing more and more golfers when I come in Fenton in the morning that are hitting the course at 5:30, 6 o'clock, getting it in before they go to work, right? But you've been sitting at your desk and now you're suddenly playing these sports that you think you can play. The weekend warriors is symptom is what I'm thinking of. And
Hope I'm not rubbing off on you.
Yeah, no, it's my neck. I'm telling you, it's my brain that won't work. Let's see. Rose said, my niece loves hairspray. Yeah, I mean, it's a good one for families, by the way. I look her, okay, never mind, I can't read. Let me pull it closer to me. I took her to the Fox to see it. Yeah, that's where I saw it last time as well. I knew it was coming to the Muni, and as much as I love her, I could not bear another hairspray production. What? Stop.
Stop is right.
Do stretches help with RA? Good question, Rose.
Yes, absolutely. I have that question a lot. And it's more so they're coming in as far as things that you have to you are negative, but everything is out there. So anything for a stretch, no matter if it's static stretching or FST, is helpful for you. We're creating movement in the joint as well as the whole fascia spectrum as well, which enhances blood flow, circulation, neuroreceptive. You have sensories within that fascia, and it hones that to where you just have this relaxed state of pain-free.
Which is all we're wanting.
Exactly.
Right?
And that's what, for you and an athlete, when people say, like, I just work out or I work out, no, you're an athlete, and that's what athletes do. And that's the residual, what happens to your body.
Yeah.
And you even said, like, what am I doing wrong? You're not necessarily doing anything wrong. It's what your body is reacting to what you are and breaking down the muscle. So whatever movements you did, not necessarily wrong. It's just that neuroreceptive is now you're having a little bit more probably adhesions in specific muscles. And your neck, it could actually just be your back if you did rows or shoulder presses.
No, so I actually did a reel that I posted. If you look on my Instagram and my Facebook, I put it on there last night. So it was sled work. And then I was going back
so
and forth.
So you had the compression within the
Well,
traps,
and I drove down deep, and I had 50 pounds on the sled and was getting down and doing long strides. So 25 down the turf and then 25 back, but then sprinting back. Okay, so then I came out of that and did chest presses. From that, did wall ball tosses
there you
up
go.
high.
Chin up.
Correct. And then came back and did some tricep kickbacks, and then I did slam balls, and I did rounds of that. So I was doing HIIT training and felt great. And then I'm like, let's take care of the body. Let's sit in the sauna. Then let's sit in like a hydro massage bed. So I was doing all the things.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough. And this is why, so when I was telling Tricia, like, hey, what should we talk about? I know what I want to talk about. I want to talk about this, where suddenly we think that we're able to just jump into these things and not have someone professionally stretch. I literally said, I wish we could just be laying on the table talking today.
Yeah, that would be great. I should have thought about that.
Bring your bed in, please.
Exactly.
Okay, so this applies to all of you, and good. I want you working out, but I also don't want you to be feeling like you're taking yourself out of the game. And that's the problem.
Yeah, and the other thing, as far as how the weather is related, if the seasons, another factor that most people negate is the how warm it is outside, and dehydration takes a big, huge play on that. So yeah, we're getting up early for the golf sessions because it gets warm. Once it gets warm, your body's working a little bit more. Your muscles are working a little bit harder. You're sweating more, and that all takes into cramping. And then when the cramping happens, the contractions, the more adhesions in your fascia, which leads to, what did I do wrong? You didn't do anything wrong. It's just, it's it's situational.
We all obviously are going to blame ourselves right away, and just like, yo, you dummy, why did you do this?
What did I move?
I did. I have to
move
say,
different?
Jim was
I'm
like,
you
"Did
probably
have
worked really hard.
Well, he said, did you have to push that hard?
Yeah.
And I go, well, yeah.
Yeah, I
wanted to.
agree. I totally agree.
I was excited by it.
Fighting you.
So we want to increase our mobility, right? We want to increase the range of motion. So if you're not familiar, by the way, with FST, we have discussed this on past shows, but we will continue to stress that because some people might, they've probably heard before.
The more you hear it, the more it's common within the language. But, any acronym, you're like, what did you say? Like, the new text, I'm not, but you'll get text and you're like, what does KW mean? Like,
I know,
what?
and then you search for, what is that? Oh, I get it.
Yeah. So FST, fascia stretch therapy. It's very simple. It's just all the tissue above with your muscles, your tendons, and in your joint. It works together as a unit, and that's what we're not just stretching the muscle. We're not manipulating the joint. We're doing everything together to break up the adhesions to get that mobility in you.
And this is what separates you from maybe some other people in town, right?
Sometimes it's good and it's bad. Some people need just a static stretch to get them to go. Everybody does it at home when they wake up in the morning. They'll reach, they'll stretch out, they'll get their leg, they'll do torso twist. Then they have to go down on the floor and do their plank in the morning.
Yes, I did it, by the way. You'd be proud of me. I do. I go straight. Yesterday, I jumped out of bed because I fell back asleep, and then all of a sudden I went, oh my God, I gotta get up. So I didn't like it because I like my habits that I'm forming of getting down, doing 5 cat-cow stretches, and then I go and I sit back on my heels and just put my arms forward and stretch, and then I go into my 1-minute plank.
Yeah.
And then I
and
like
that's
it.
and then that's great,
Yeah.
and that's like what your body needed. That's what you needed mentally, and that's what it's
my
gonna have the other
challenge
day.
to
And that's a
myself.
static stretch. Some people can come in and be like, I just need to be stretched. That is fine, and most other stretch places or your chiropractor or your massage therapist might do just a static stretch, which is great, and your body and your muscle needs it. We're really incorporating a different style, which we do all of it, but considering like Justin, a little bit massage, Tim does a little bit massage.
Yep.
When you come in, we consult with you to say what your needs are. Like in first assessment, we really want to show that FST so you're understanding what it is. But it all is needed.
Yeah.
But we really focus on mobility within the joint and the whole body.
Mobility and how much you need that, by the way, in what you do day to day, just in, while you're sitting at a desk and you're getting up. It's all aspects of how we live our lives. But now we're talking about transferring that to your game. There was a good question. Anne came and saw you yesterday. So Anne is one of our viewers, by the way. I also she's one of my clients that I personal train. And she wanted to know if there were different stretches for different sports.
Yeah. She didn't know the way to say it, but I knew exactly when she was saying it, and it makes me so excited when people ask me very intelligent questions and really want to dive into what we do or what the purpose is and how we can branch out. And she was getting to the point where if for stretching, is it different for certain people or just in the sports itself? And I just lit up and I was like, great question. Absolutely, because it's not just one and done. It's not one specific thing. It really is. The questions we ask you, the questions you ask us are very important. So somebody comes in and they're an athlete in football, they have specifics, but I just don't dive into, oh, you play football. What position are you?
Yes.
What is your main goal? What is your focus? What position are you in mainly when you're playing football? Are you a lineman? Are you a quarterback? Are you a running back? Like, are you a wide receiver? All of those things are detailed as far as what functional movement are you doing at that time of play.
Well, I'm always going to encourage, let's just use Cardinals, right? They're playing this afternoon.
Yeah.
Do you ever go early and watch them beforehand?
Yeah.
You don't see them just all of a sudden go out and play the game. They're all out, they're throwing the ball around, they're doing sports-specific moves, and then they do a lot of heel kicks, right? Then they're like moving their entire body around. You see different things for hockey players, a lot of lateral movements because, again, it mirrors their sport.
Yep.
But let's say these people that are like, well, I'm a great athlete, or I work out, and then I'm going to go with the guys or the girls, and I'm going to go play golf. And then the next day they're like, holy cow, what is wrong with my body? It's all these muscles that are not being used. It's amazing how many muscles are in the body that people just don't understand, right? And then all of a sudden you think, well, I can play this sport. How come I'm hurting after this sport? And it's really an aha moment for so many people. For me, it's golf.
It is. And if you are in working out, and there are so many different genres of working out. And you'll know it, and I can attest to this as far as being an athlete and knowing what sport you do and moving from one sport to another. And I did actually have a little gentleman on my table that played baseball and football. Two separate different sports, two separate needed functional movements. But then you have some coinciding, specific patterns. But for me, I generally am a very energetic hit type person. Jumping, moving, lateral. And then I was told years ago, I'm like, we need you to get cycle certified. And I was like, sure. Within a day in that training, I was like, I'm an athlete. I can jump like 10 feet tall. I can go I can run as fast as anybody can. I'm like, why do I suck at this? I'm using my body in a different position. I was like, I'm trying to cycle as fast as I can, but I can't.
Yep.
And even now, years later, people that come into class, I'm like, girl, I was with you. I screamed at my master trainer. I was like, what is wrong with me? I feel like I'm the worst person. That she's like, it's muscle memory. It's basically you have to do it to get better at it. Your muscles have to be trained to do it. And then I said, and then it was 3 months, nature. 6 months, a year. And then now I'm going 140 RPMs on that bike when I was trying to barely do 80.
Well, that's a good point, right?
You're training for that and your muscle will do it. So, but then you move to another genre and I'll do yoga. I'm like, why can I not walk? I can do 50 tuck jumps, leap lunges. I cycle.
Because you and I have always pushed to the high intensity
But then
level.
I'm like, I'm in a warrior one and I go home and I'm like, I cannot even walk. And again, your muscles and your functional, little fascia moves in certain ways, and your blood pulls to certain areas where that's going to cause the adhesions.
Is this you? Are we talking to you? Do you see yourself in today's show? I hope so. Again, I knew this would connect with you and I, but look, I have never, ever, ever done a cycling class because I've played around with it here and there, and I guess it's the same mindset. I'm like, oh, I can't do this. This is crazy.
We had drinks and sushi with old instructors years ago that I used to work with, and we were talking about it, and she never did cycle before. And I told her, hey, I just taught a cycle class just the other day. She's like, I used to, she wouldn't make fun of me, but she's like, I used to down it, oh, you're teaching cycle. She goes, but I love it. She goes, I didn't know how much it's helping my knee to recover. Sure. And I'm like, oh my God, it's one of the best ways to recover from knee surgeries or any ailments that you have. And she's like, she goes, now I'm a believer, and it's just getting into it.
Let me, once again, if you're just tuning in, let me introduce my guest, Tricia Roades from Exist Stretch. Again, 2 locations. If you haven't been in yet, you're just hearing about this and you're like, I don't know what this is. It is them assisting in the stretch, not you stretching on your own. You mentioned earlier static stretching. I do want you to talk about ballistic stretching, by the way. Proper stretching, but having them do it. So you work alongside with them. So yes, you're stretching when you go in to do your workout, or it's all changed over the years. It used to be specific style stretching. Then it got to the mindset of do the stretches that mirror what you're getting ready to do, right? So if you're getting ready to run, then go walk, and then jog, and then go into your run. So they want you to do those type of things. And then, like I said, some heel kicks, some jumping jacks, back to old school calisthenics. From a stretching standpoint, people are confused. Sometimes they are like, do I do slow, controlled stretching, or do I do ballistic stretching?
Again, you just pointed it out as far as what you're getting into. A lot of times, it's the function of what you're doing. So if you are in that athletic stage of okay, I'm in this movement and quick movements, you kind of want to go slow through it because of the quick abruptness. But then sometimes when bounce and move, and then so I'll move in this.
dancing for
Yeah,
us.
exactly. Bounce and move through the stretch. It's good. It basically, the tighter you are, the slower you want to go. The looser you are, the more movement you're going to have.
Oh, good point. That's right there. We need to make a reel out of that for you all to remember that.
Yeah.
Michelle said, can't get my husband in this week, but want to take advantage of the $99 deal. Yeah. So we
Yeah.
mentioned earlier, 3 for $99. And you don't have to be a guy. You don't have to be a dad. It is everybody taking advantage of this, but we're just honoring our fathers.
Yeah.
3 sessions for $99, which really means you get 4 because you get that first stretch free. So you really get 4 for less than $100, which is pretty amazing. And that's a great gift for Father's Day. So maybe you have something already, but it would be a good thing to add on. Michelle said, I'm definitely sore from my stretch on Monday. See, you always said that you never know how someone's going to react afterwards. I've never been sore from the stretch. I just feel elongated.
Yeah, people feel taller.
Yep.
I do get a lot of people feel sore. They incorporate as far as saying, I didn't feel sore like I had a huge workout, but I do feel like, ooh, I got stretched, kind of sore.
Well, Jim said he felt like his legs were tired.
Yeah,
Like a leg workout.
Yeah, and I have this one guy, Jerry. His wife came in and then talked him into it, and then he's into it, and he's a big golfer. And so we're working on specific laterals for him and his movement to get his trunk a little bit more pliable. But he was like, I got to tell you, and I didn't snitch on him. So I was making him like explain to me, but he's like, I got to tell you, he's like, the last time I was here, he's like, I thought I was going to do this. He's like, but I just ended up in my recliner watching golf. I go, Lisa kind of said something like, or what you going to do today, Jerry? And he's like, I'm going to be right here. And he started laughing, and he's like, yeah. He's like, I'm thinking it's going to happen again today. I might get some lunch with my buddies, and you might see me back at home. I go, it does. The reaction of it happens with different people. I feel it. I go, sometimes it's a slow burn for me. Like towards the end of the day, I'm like, okay, yeah. My neuroreceptors are saying, I'm at that relaxed state, which is great. Some people it's minimal. Some people it's really heavy. That means you were in that fight or flight. And that's what I think what happened with Jim. It was kind of like in the beginning of the stretch, he was in that fight or flight going, oh, I know I can be stretched, whatever. And then his neurosensors hit, and he was in that relaxed state to say, hey, I'm okay.
It's funny for me, after you get done stretching me or Tim, I feel like I want to go work out.
And that's good.
Yeah. Everyone's going to take this differently. We're going to take a quick break. I do want you to think of this also. If in the way you program your workouts, and for my clients, they're like, hey, can you put that in our text thread? Because I love to tap into your brain of how you train. And so I was like, well, let's just go back to old school mindset of back and biceps together, chest and triceps together. You can maybe do shoulders and legs on the same day. Otherwise, I like specific legs. I always do core, always do abs. Maybe you do arms on a 4th day, and maybe it just depends.
You just let my hair stand up.
What, is that how you train?
Yes.
Oh, you are my sister. Then when you get into a day where I say, how about mind, body, spirit today? So I want you to do Pilates, or I want you to do yoga, I want you to do stretching. That's the day, by the way, I want you to get in, and that would be your once a week stretching. That is how me as the trainer, her as a trainer and a stretch FST, again, therapist for you. This is an opportunity for you to go, oh, would that count in the challenge that we're doing, Monica?
Yes.
That is the stretch you're going to do. And it could be 30 or 60. Some of you might want to put 2 of your sessions together and get a really long 1-hour stretch, which they can do as well. How difficult is it to get with you?
Usually a week out, so don't plan on it. I have the phone rang off the hook, and I don't know what happened over the weekend or what's going on, but I was pretty much booked. Claire was booked on Monday as well, but then Tuesday happened, and then we had some rescheduling, and then as soon as somebody rescheduled, I removed that time. I looked down, and somebody already booked it online. I'm like, well, there goes my lunch.
I tell you what, this is what we've been doing over the last few months. It's all about the messaging, because people don't understand what assisted stretching is. We knew that. So when we joined forces with Exist Stretch, we knew it was she and I together have to really tell you, here is how it will benefit you. And today we're breaking down from the athlete mentality, but it is for each and every person. So if you haven't yet, you've got a handful of days, because that 3 for $99 wraps up on Father's Day, right? right?
Correct.
Okay, so take advantage
And we're
of it.
closed on Sundays, so you have to hit us up by Saturday.
And they can do it in person,
Yeah,
online?
you can call, and we can try to. If you're not in the system, we can do it. We can get your information on over the phone, or you can easily come in.
Yeah, and by the way, if you follow them on social media, you'll be seeing this move on your feed. Start to follow Exist Stretch on whatever platform is the best for you. So at Exist Stretch, as you can see, and then the website is existstretch.com. Rose and Stephanie have questions coming in. You have any questions for us? We're going to get to your questions and get deeper into what stretch can do for you. So don't go anywhere.
Hi, it's Monica Adams. Thank you so much for following along with The Real Monica Adams Show. But I wanted to let you know there's so much more that I could do with you, your business, your corporation. Did you know that I'm a motivational speaker all around the world, as well as an MC and an auctioneer? So if you have an event, maybe a nonprofit organization, and you want to book me, just shoot me an email, info@therealmonicaadams.com.
Welcome back to the Real Monica Adams Show. I'm Monica. That's Tricia Roades from Exist Stretch. Some questions coming in. Let's go to those. Rose said, I know I probably missed it, but how or who came up with the stretch premise at Exist Stretch? So we're thinking, Rose, that you're just asking who came up with assisted stretching?
In general, it's been around forever.
Yeah.
I mean, again, in the athlete zone as it
Yes.
is, you will have your athletic trainer. I mean, high school, don't even want to say what year, but my athletic trainer and being a soccer player, it's like you go see your trainer, you get taped up, you'll, before a game, we go through stretching. And that was just a very lengthy stretch, more than what you would normally have at a gym class or a class.
Right.
I mean, they're really working on your joints specifically. I always went through groin issues and shoulder, but pounding on it as a goalie. And if now, like she was mentioning, any before a professional hockey game, baseball game, basketball game, you're going to see that athletic trainer with that specific athlete working on whatever they need to be prepared for the game to make them ready and get them pliable to actually do their sport. Then moving forward, it's more kind of mainstream a little bit. I don't know what the first company that came out with it as far as like bringing it in, because it's more venturing out from, instead of recovery as far as what a massage is or even going to a chiropractor, really more as recovery but preventative.
Yep.
And getting you ready for your day, your work, your sport, no matter what it is, and really tapping into that and bringing it mainstream. And that's why it's so great to talk about this, because it's not an everyday coffee talk. Oh, did you get stretched today? Because I still have clients that come in and saying, oh, I had my friend asked me to go to the pool. My friend asked me to go shopping. And she's like, well, I had to tell him I had a stretch appointment. They're like, what is that? Like, what?
Yes. It is education.
Yeah.
We are still absolutely in the education phase. Even though, as Tricia said, yes, I can remember when I was playing in high school that we did a deeper stretch. I will also say, because now you're all talking about cold plunges and it's all the rage, and we're going to actually, after we wrap up with Tricia, we're going to visit with Angie Hess from Spas and More a little bit about the aspect of cold plunge and hot tubs. And, you were asking me, when's a hot tub coming? Sometimes, I've never done a cold plunge, by the way. My doctor's not a fan from
I did it in the 90s. That's how far back it was.
Well, I was just going to say, we got into ice baths.
Yes.
Right? So I was in high school, so it was in
Yeah.
the late 80s. And they put us, and it was a trust factor. We didn't even think second thought about it. It was, this is for your knee. This is for inflammation. We're going to put you in an ice bath.
Okay.
We just did it. Now, of course, my mind's thinking about it. I'm like, I don't want to get in that cold water.
Yeah, no.
I do the cold thing on the shower at the last 30 seconds of my shower. I'm doing those things that I think are beneficial for me. But these things, folks, are not new. But it is now mainstream as far as education is coming about it. Okay, so Rose, hopefully that answered your question. Stephanie said, I have lymphedema on my left leg. Will a stretch help?
Yeah. Yes. And the more thing about it is it breaks up with the fascia and it elongates and it gets better circulation. That's what you want. Get a lymphatic massage. It's not my forte, but it is actually because you want to separate the fluid and get drainage is what you want. But we are doing a symptom of that, but it enhances for you. I mean, I do it. I love not just that, we also have a rapid release gun that is well known, and it brings vibration, which is a form of that as well.
Yes, and you can take some time after your stretch.
Yeah,
and
I have people come in that are members and be like, hey, if you're feeling it, come in. We'll, just use the gun and be on your way.
So again, we're going to break down some things that help when you are getting into your stretch. So we're talking about the summer sports season, golfers hitting the links, baseball, softball diamonds. You see them, you're probably driving by. I went through Chesterfield Valley. I'm like, oh my God, they're packed with these young athletes, tennis courts buzzing, pickleball, padel players. They're competing in record numbers. But despite your warm up and your stretches, we've all been taught for years, injuries continue to rise. So this is all about education. So why is this happening? So we're going to discuss why traditional warm-ups, again, are not enough. Yes, we want you to do it, but it's not enough. So you need to pair it with this. So what do you think are some of the hidden causes of sports injuries?
Short, tight muscles, proper warm-ups. But every athlete's different. So you kind of have to eye up what the athlete's needs are, specifically in what stretching is compared to the game. Like a good stretch before a game, great. FST, probably not the best. It's more so we're really working on fixing what the problem is and really changing the structure. So maybe FST before the big game is not the best idea because we don't want to change what your body's already. If you're an athlete, you know how fast it's going to take you to run to that mark. It's how the movement and the mobility in your arm is to throw that perfect ball. Changing that structure, it's not great before the big game because then you feel so, oh wow, look at all the movement I have. I haven't rehearsed or practiced with this movement. But with that it's good to correct any adhesions that are in there because that's going to prevent you from any standing and very probably severe injury from a long stint.
And I want to go back to one of the things that Tricia had mentioned before. If you look at a baseball pitcher, when she asked what position do you play, you look at a baseball pitcher and they're doing these kind
internal,
of
external rotation.
Absolutely. Yeah. Or if they did have rotator issues, they might be here and coming out, right? Then you're like, oh, well, that particular player is not doing that. Right. What is specific to them, right? I'm doing with my left hand right now if I'm a southpaw, but it would be that they're getting all of that motion going. Now you think about a goalie as opposed to a winger or fullback, whatever. They're all going to be stretching different, and we have to. Yeah, we are torquing our bodies and diving across and hopping back up, and so yes, you need to do. Let's do this because I think people have heard this before, but maybe don't understand it. Tell them the difference between slow and fast twitch muscle fibers.
Okay. I want to get it in the simplest form as far as what you're doing. Okay. So, say you're a sprinter. You're going to fire up that muscle and you're going to explode as fast as you can. And then you have somebody who, let's put it, is more so. I
was going to say dance, but then again, some of the dance, can be.
Yeah, can be in those. Maybe. Let's do. Hockey is the same thing. Let's do. Oh crap! Let's stay in that genre of track and field.
Okay.
You are a sprinter. You're going as fast as you can. And then let's do a marathon.
Okay.
Okay. You are in that steady state and you are literally holding that blood in your muscle as long as you possibly can. It's not so much an explosion of what you're doing. It's really, you have to, and I usually identify, I'm like, I'm a sprinter. I'm like, can I do a long distance? Yes, I just have to fire up those muscles.
Right.
But some people are just not meant to go as fast as that. Most people are just meant to hold it for as long as they possibly can. Basketball players, same thing. Are you somebody who has to do an explosion jump, or are you just a dribbler?
Right. Does that make sense? I hope so. Because when you're training, you may have heard a trainer talk before about we're working fast twitch muscle fibers, we're working slow twitch muscle fibers, and we need to do both, by the way. When we're talking about prevention of injuries, if you train both ways, you're taking the care of the body better. Instead of thinking that all of a sudden you can go into these jumping moves and you haven't prepared the body for it.
Yeah.
Right? So think about that.
But then incorporate what that athletic position is or sport that you're in to your functional fitness of the day. Like, are you playing with your kids, picking them up and doing that? That would be a basketball move. You can train basketball on that. Are you gardening? So now you're taking the rake. Are you now like a hockey player because you're using, or a golf player, you're
Mulch
using that
back and forth.
torso twist, you know? Are you literally... are you swatting at that mosquito outside? You are now a baseball player. But, you know, it's all the movements that people don't realize. What we call functional in the workout arena is what you do on a daily basis. So if you're an athlete, that is your functional movement. Are you at home? Are you cleaning? Are you picking up?
Reaching up?
Are you reaching up?
The simplest things that you're doing is when people pull muscles.
Yeah, and that's the functional movement, and that's what preventative is. They're like, oh, I don't do much. I'm going to stretch. I'm like, well, it could be so sedentary that you are just have put your muscles and body in a state that it's there the whole entire time, that you are in the recliner. And you come up real quick and kick, and you're like, oh, because the muscle was not prepared to move that quick in that position, and it was not warmed up, or it was too warm. Well, all of the above can happen, and it happens in a blink of an eye, and then you're on my table going, help me, fix me. Right. I don't know what's wrong. Or you're at your chiropractor. I was just
gonna say, that's the first thing in their brain.
And you're on medication.
Yep.
It happens to even seasoned athletes who are trained and who have been working out all the time, and it just takes that muscle that it's very seized up, more adhesions, and a quick movement, and you're in the hospital.
I'm so glad that you brought this up, because the inflammation and the pain that people feel, the number one thing that unfortunately too many people in our world do is go to the medicine cabinet, take something for the immediate relief of that pain. And all you're doing is masking it. And it's going to rear its ugly head later that night or the next morning when you're getting out of bed. It's warning you. And in those warning signs is when you need to get in, get stretched. She works hand in hand with your chiropractor, hand in hand with your physical therapist, hand in hand with your trainer, massage therapist. Everyone works together. And so I've told you before.
Because we all find everything different. Like some people have said, oh, my physical therapist hasn't seen it or hasn't said that. And I was like, oh, and it's just all above. Like we all see you in a different light, in a different period within that pain, that in suffering. Like some sees the initial pain 3 days after, 2 weeks after. It all kind of transforms into something different. So put different eyes on it.
Well, and I love the background that everybody has, and they see things in different ways. And then you should carry that forward of, hey, my therapist said this, or I was going to get stretched at Exist Stretch, and Tricia happened to bring this up. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I know functional medicine doctors that have brought things up that a physician never saw, right? A traditional. That's why I love the blend of both sides, which is really what this is. I would incorporate this side into the functional medicine, holistic, homeopathic kind of things that you do that are working hand in hand with what a traditional doctor might be doing for you. So, okay, let's do this. We're going to break this down. Increase mobility and range of motion. Right. FST, decongest. Oh, I like this. Do you think of when you're sick and you're like, I need a decongestant? This decongest your joints and releases adhesions, allowing for freer and more fluid movement. Enhanced functional performance. We're trying to get you better on the course. Again, if you're a golfer or whatever your game may be, the therapy improving your body awareness, your coordination, your muscular balance, making these daily tasks that we're talking about or athletic movements easier. Okay, for all of you that want to laugh at this, we usually do Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. Think about going and getting down and getting that wine bottle out of your cooler. And you're like, I just pulled my back, just getting some wine out. We're trying to make you laugh with this, right? Reduce pain and stiffness. Okay, so by manipulating the fascia fascia, the FST relieves structural restrictions that lead to chronic pain and discomfort. We always feel that. And unfortunately, more and more of us are sedentary I'm in front of the computer. I'm editing and prepping and meetings, right? You just sit. And you just, one of the guys I work with regularly stands up during our meetings. Everyone's like, oh, you have to go, and he goes, I'm just stretching my back. By the way, Afan, you need to get into Trish, right? He has filmed one, but he has not been in one. It aids the nervous system in organizing better movement patterns, reducing the overactivity in certain muscle groups, better circulation, which we all need, better recovery, rhythmic movements. So that boosts the blood flow, helps to remove the toxins and speed up the recovery, right? So it's specifically made to transfer a function and should not be performed the day before the game, which she stressed earlier. A lot of you might be doing that wrong. So one of the things is to always keep them in a slightly up-regulated nervous system close to the game day. She said typically she would see the athletes on a Friday for a Sunday game, right? Tuesday on
2
recovery
days before
days.
or 2 days after.
Okay, and then that would do slower, more restorative. Also, you need to be careful not to go too deep to affect the tissue for adaptation, and also not doing any corrective work too close to the game. So folks, if you know you've got a game and then you're like, what am I doing wrong? We're giving you the formula of what would work best. So she would stick with traditional static stretching
And just get you more prepared to be like, yeah, okay, I feel good. I'm mentally prepared. Let me just kind of get a little bit of stretch and then I'll go. But for like corrective, like if you feel as if for you, like how you feel right now, that's probably something you want to do after what you're like for an athletic game. And then we'll correct it and then we'll go on it. But for the most part, we just want you to be up and ready, motivated, and get you out there to feel good.
So in our recap, the FST techniques: traction, creating space in the joint capsule to enhance motion and decreasing the pain. Oscillation, rhythmic movements. You think about like a fan.
I don't want to say freak out, but it's a different technique to move, and I'm constantly moving. I'm dancing with you the whole entire time, and you're
yes, you are.
You could be down there like, well, what is she doing? Not even what she's doing, and I don't think anyone thought it's weird. It's just how I'm moving is giving you that flow. It's giving the neuroreceptors to kind of like calm you down, and it's calming your nervous system, but it's giving that flow to your joint and giving fluid and fluidity to it.
Well, and we've shown you some of that in some of our videos where when she was stretching Jim, and there's some past videos from when she was stretching me. But in the videos that I took of you with Jim, it's way you're moving with him and then trying to open up his hips. And he remember at one point he said, "Oh, my sciatic. I feel. Oh, that's a good stretch." So that's the positioning, by the way. That is that movement that she is doing, and I'm hoping that after you do that you're taking care of your own body. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Because you do have back to back people on your table. I have these motherly instincts in me to take care of you. 3D movement stretches along the myofascial lines rather than just isolating from a single standpoint. So, folks, again, your sports, we want you to not be out of the game. We are trying to keep you in them. So these are the mistakes that you might be making. And then remember that your kids are looking at you as well. Like, hey, you're just jumping off the couch and going to play basketball with them.
And they're looking at you like, help me, or what should I do? Really think of their preventative as much as their high performance that they can do through basically taking care of their body.
Well, I will tell you for how bad I felt yesterday that I was walking, leaving the Muni, and I said, "You're out of back and body, aren't you?" I will tell you, if I ever take anything, that is the one and only, I think it's Bayer, back and body. And it will work within like 5 or 10 minutes, straight to that area that you were in pain. I do not ever like to take medicine. I'm just going to say that's me. That's who I am. I try to do everything I possibly can before I put it in my body. I just don't like foreign things that my body's not used to. So I almost called for that last night. And then Jim's like, "Oh no, you want me to stop by and get some?" And all of a sudden my mind was like, "Nope, never mind. I'll just work it out. I'll be fine. I just need some good sleep." And then I'll wake up. So I do feel better. I'm going to when we take a break, I'm going to have you feel it. You'll probably be like, "Oh, it's still tight." But it transferred onto my left side. My left side was what was bothering me. And my range of motion in my neck was horrible last night. Like literally Jim was like giving me a kiss goodnight and I went like this. Ooh. Oh, it was crazy. And it's just, these are the things that I'm trying to prevent, but it's these little messages that I want you to pay attention to. We always talk about whispers and slaps in the face and gut punches. My body literally punched me in the gut to say, "Okay, you got to get in. So I am pampering my mom this weekend. We are going to the Four Seasons. I'm going to see the whole renovation that they've done.
Nice.
Yes, we're going to get a massage.
Yay, good for you.
But should I come into you before then?
No.
No.
I mean, yeah, but
I want to so bad
Stephanie,
today.
I'm sorry, I just said no. But
Steph's in Florida. She don't care.
yeah.
She's having fun. She's got liquid encouragement. She's not stretching her body.
No,
But if Johnny, you probably don't have anything open today, but if you did, I would think that today and not till Saturday, that would be a good time frame.
I mean, yeah, if you got in today,
but you probably don't have anything open.
it'd be late. It'd be like my last appointment.
No, I don't want you staying late for me.
But no, let them work out what it is.
Oh, and then come to you?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Because people are like, oh, I have a massage. For like stretching wise, I like when there's more pliability within the muscle to let it relax. And then we can really work on that fascia and get you a really good deep stretch.
Okay. Michelle said I self-medicate with wine often.
And cheers to you.
Cheers. That was very good. Rose said, Michelle, I love wine, but I self-medicate with coffee. I would fail
cheers
for
to
a
you.
coffee intervention from my family. You know what?
Yes.
And now we're talking about things that dehydrate us, though, right? And so it's important to get that hydration back because that could cause problems as well. Okay, good. I feel better just talking to you. I do,
good.
actually. My body says, okay, you're doing better. One more time, folks. 3 for $99. It's a special that is running from now until Saturday because they are closed on Sunday. And then give that wonderful gift card to the special men in your life. 3 for $99. Again, call, walk in, go online, whatever is best for you. 2 locations. Now, Tricia is at the St. Louis Hills location except on Fridays. On Fridays, she is at the Arnold location. If you have not been in yet, make it a thing. Maybe you go in with a friend or a spouse.
Yeah, we love it. And
there's 2 tables in there.
And it's fun. It's not so much like you guys are going to be separated in a massage studio. You're literally in front.
I was teasing Jim while I was being stretched.
It's good. We all, if you don't want to talk, we don't have to talk. But it really relaxes you. You're just in, you pop off your shoes, you're on the table 30 minutes, and it's a more relaxing time. You and your friend then go across the street, have a cocktail, or have some lunch, but you'll feel so much better.
Or go for a walk.
Yeah.
Right? The weather's, not
great neighborhood to have a walk in, yeah.
Oh, that's right. I can't come to you tonight. It's going to be bad weather.
Oh, that's right.
You better get home safely. So, folks, if you haven't been in, please, again, make it a thing. All you have to do is get on the table one time, and you'll understand why we are gushing about this. Tricia's great. Tim's great. I got to get into Claire, and I got to get into Justin. So St. Louis Hills, and then Arnold is inside of the Exist Fitness Gym, which is super cool. You can have the gym is amazing, by the way. A brand new gym for you to work out. Make that a habit, and then make it a habit as well as stretching. What I think works hand in hand is going to be me getting stretched by Tricia, me getting my massages in, and then sitting in my hot tub that is just around the corner. The heavens have opened.
Yes.
Well, we're going to talk about that. Cold plunging, hot tubs. How did the show go in St. Charles County just this past week? And we're going to find out that as well. Thank you, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
All right, we can't
Hope
say
you
it
feel
enough.
better.
Take advantage of that special.
Yeah.
We're going to visit with Angie Hess before we wrap up our Wellness Wednesday from Spas and More. She's in the studio next.
Great.
You guys, are we ready to raise some big money tonight? $25,000. And $25,000 right here. It's yours for $2,100. Nipples. Whoa. And that is how it's done. $75,000. $75,000 that quick.
Monica Adams is smart, disciplined, polished, and extraordinary.
She comes with enthusiasm.
This is what I love. Whenever we are bidding, it is always to see who you get to be involved with.
It is a great time. It is equally entertaining as it is advantageous for fundraising.
Get ready to scream your heads off because this is going to be a lot of fun.
She brings so much energy and so much passion, and she's a delight to have as part of our IWA family.
We're bidding at $1,000 and we'll go from there. $1,500, $15,000, $3,000. Yes, there we go. Yours for $4,500. Sir, if you will also give me $4,500, you can also go. And there's $9,000. There it is! $9,000! Right like that.
She is so engaging and energetic, and she just brings a spark to any event she's part of.
I so appreciate the teamwork. After 5 seconds, I feel like we're best friends. I can tell she is a team player, and she really wants to advocate for the organization.
Truly, you have the most incredible energy. And of my 15 years of auctioneering, you are one of my favorites.
I hired Monica Adams because she is full of energy. She always comes prepared, and she's the real Monica Adams. One of the things that I love about Monica is her ability to put a room very quickly at ease. She also is a very passionate individual, which comes across really well on stage, also one-on-one with her. She can set a crowd at ease so quickly. She has a very spunky personality and such a go-get-'em attitude. I really look up to her in a lot of ways.
Monica, I really love the way you run this auction. I really do. You give them every opportunity in the world, and then it's all
It's off the plate.
Please consider Monica Adams as your auctioneer.
Unbelievable.
To hire Monica Adams as your auctioneer, email info@therealmonicaadams.com.
Welcome back again. Thanks to Tricia Roades. And I do want to thank, by the way, Darian Crisp and his team. That is a brand new auctioneering reel that you see that they put together. Again, amazing. Darian, the director, on Instagram. You can follow him if you need any video production work done, more of a theatrical side. He's the guy for you. So Darian, thank you so much, Derek, and the team as well. We were just visiting about the stretch side, and we said it works hand in hand when it comes to after you're stretched, after you do your workout. I have so many people asking, do I have the hot tub yet? We're going to answer that question right now. Angie Hess, you know her, you love her, we do, from Spas and More in Sunset Hills. If you have not been yet, we're going to give you all the information where you can go walk through the showroom or go to one of these home shows and things that they have. Spas and More online is at Spas and More STL, or their website is spasandmorestl.com. Again, located on Gravois Road in Sunset Hills, just like Exist Stretch, by the way. They are closed on Sunday, so get in there Monday through Saturday during their normal business hours. How was the home show that was in St. Charles this past weekend?
Very, very good.
Yeah?
Yes, very well. So we had a lot of attendance, sold a lot of swim spas, and really did... it was good because we're kind of seeing the economy level out. So when I see sales start to pick back up, it usually means buyer confidence is starting to come back in the economy.
Yes.
But it also means that we're getting, it used to be shows were always super busy because we had so many people who are just interested in the product and they want to look and check it all out. Now that's kind of slowed down where we're actually getting the true people who are looking to make that investment now.
So they're coming not to just... like you said, just look. It is, no, we're here. We want to make that purchase. We just have one more chance to look. Like, look, we went to the home show downtown, which is when Jim first got a chance to look at the hot tub. Then I really do believe going in and watching what happened when they were stretching me and hearing Tricia say, "Oh, you poor baby," made him go, "Well, I can't have my wife not have something to relieve her." The answer to the question, the number one question, Monica, when's the hot tub coming? Is July 24th.
July 24th, yes.
I'm counting the seconds down.
I know you are. And I'm telling you, I shared your reel and everybody absolutely loves it. I mean, the dance was just perfect. So
you took that for us.
Oh, I know I did.
Thank you.
But you were dancing to Hooked on a Feeling because on the sound system from the hot tub.
Yeah.
So
let me talk about that. And I will say, Jim, I'm so glad that he's the one that said it because in my head I was like, I don't know. I love music. So my answer was going to be yes, I want the music. There it is. Zach's going to get it ready for you. The music side, so that you can have music coming out of the tub. I was going to say, well, of course, I like all the bells and whistles. Again, I was like, I don't know, Jim might not want to pay for that. And then he made a really good comment. He's like, well, yes, we have speakers that died on us, and we could just get new speakers because the people who had our old house, they had it wired to where we can have speakers outside. But his comment was, well, yeah, but when we move, will we have that in a new place?
Right.
So it makes sense to go ahead and pull the trigger and make that happen. There's a subwoofer inside that thing?
There's a subwoofer in the base and 2 speakers. It's all Bluetooth activated, so you're able to connect it to your phone. When the Bluetooth kicks in on a heavy bass, you see the water jump. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah, she showed me that. Okay, there it is. There it is. I made that on TikTok, running after Jim. We were like 2 little kids running around. And then there it is. There's the happy dance. Yes, when you talk, is what I could say, when you talk your husband into finally getting the hot tub, it's a, look, I was so very happy. She knows. We had worked on him for a while. You know for a fact, I'm going to send you so many videos and texts of saying, look who's in the hot tub regularly.
Exactly.
He's the one that picked the lounger.
Yes.
And I wouldn't have. I'm more in the mindset of let's have one more seat. But you know what? I might change my mind because you mentioned to me that they've come a long way where we used to, women would always float in those things. And that's why I didn't like a lounger. But you said they've changed.
Yes. So especially in the model that you picked out, which is the Twilight 8.2. The lounger that Master Spas has designed is more ergonomically designed. One of the proponents of floating, I mean, women tend to float regardless because we have more fat, more body fat and everything.
Oh, yay, us.
Yeah. Anyway. But loungers traditionally were flat. You just stretched out and was flat. On the Twilight 8.2 in particular, it is changed to where it refocuses your center of gravity. It makes it so that your butt is lower than your hips. And by putting your butt lower than your hips, it changes that anchor point. And then it gives you a gradual curve for you to support your legs and everything like that. But with just that slight change in repositioning, makes it so that you're less likely to float. Although some women still will.
Do. Well, again, so you get a choice to pick. If you don't want the lounger, then you just get extra seats. Yeah, the Twilight series, by the way, and I was looking at different components, and you're like, nope, this is by far the best one. It has the therapeutic side to it. There's one specific seat that I cannot wait to get into because those jets are targeted right into these areas where we all have a tendency to carry our stress.
Right. So it has the neck and shoulder seat. The jets are designed to be up and over the shoulders and out of the water. We get a lot of people who absolutely love those, and they're adjustable, so you can increase intensity, dial back intensity.
My friend, I will be.
You can change the jets if you don't like the spinning motion and you like the more direct motion. You can change the jets around. The one nice thing about this particular neck and shoulder seat are the jets are offset of the base of the neck, so you're not getting direct pressure at the base of at your brainstem. You're actually getting it across the shoulders, but you can take those directional jets and aim them in towards the center and the base of your neck, especially for like your concussion symptoms you have. You don't want that direct pressure, but you want to have the massage that goes across those muscle groups.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you right now, for any of you, I have empathy for you. Trust me, I go through it on a regular basis. Whatever is aching in your body, and if you have gone through concussion, you were in some kind of an accident, maybe we were just talking about sports and how to make us feel better. I did get a question yesterday from a woman that is one of the CEOs at Garden View, and she's like, Monica, remember when you got all excited about getting the tub? She's like, I forgot about this. She commented on my post right away and said, we love our hot tub and we got it from Spas and More. I forgot about that. So Jody, she's like, will you get it in the summer? And I'm like, I will get it in every day. But I thought that was interesting because I think people's mindset is hot tub for cold weather. But this is one of your biggest times for people to buy, isn't it?
It is. Our peak season typically runs from March to October as far as our buying season. And the funny thing is we have a lot of people who will shut their hot tub down in the winter.
Oh.
So
Really?
Yeah, they will because they're worried about trying to go out and manage it in the cold or the snow, and sometimes they don't understand that that's really the more optimal time. But hot tubs are designed to be used year round.
Oh yes.
In Missouri, with the insulation, the energy efficiency of our products, your heater is not going to engage over your set temperature. So during the 110 heat index weather, it's just going to be natural St. Louis weather that's keeping that temperature up. It's not going to be your heater. So you have very little energy consumption during those summer months. But then in the winter months, the cover, the insulation, it keeps that heat steady. So you're not going to have to worry about the temperature constantly dropping and it trying to constantly stay warm to during like freezing temperatures, because it's already insulated and everything is all right there.
Well, and earlier when we were visiting with Tricia, I mentioned that I was going to bring it up with Angie because we can go back decades ago when we were first introduced to an ice bath as an athlete. We remember that. So this whole aspect of cold plunging is not new. It's just the way it's changed around. Cold plunges, for those of you that are getting ready to play your sports and you're thinking, what is wrong with me? I've got all this inflammation. I have more trauma. You may want to do the aspect of contrast therapy, which would be that hot tub to the cold plunge. That's become very big.
That has become very big, but more so the contrast therapy involving infrared saunas.
Yes, that too.
Because sometimes going from the hot water to the cold water can shock you a little bit too much.
Too much, okay.
But going from a dry heat to the cold, because the dry heat gradually brings your body temperature back up versus immediately jumping into the hot water.
Maybe that's what because my doctor was very apprehensive. I was like, oh, I want to do a cold plunge. I did the cryotherapy a long time ago, and he was mad at me. Because I have a heart condition, right? And so he was like, I don't think you should be doing that. And maybe that is that whole aspect of that jolt. Yeah, good point. Again, if you're just tuning in, Angie Hess, Spas and More in Sunset Hills. And today is our Wellness Wednesday, where we are wanting to take care of the bodies. We want you to be able, day-to-day activities, right? Yes, we discuss the aspect of sports, but it is literally getting out of bed. Because that, for me, as a trainer, I've heard so many people go, I just got out of bed the wrong way, Monica. I'm like, no, it was happening. It was happening for a while, and then it finally pulled on you. But if you incorporate these things on a regular basis, this is what's going to help your body move the way it's supposed to move. That's the Michael Phelps series, right? Isn't that one of the new tubs that you just got in? It is. It's the one that I shot.
That's the special edition 30 for the 30th anniversary of Master Spa that had brought back the original extreme seat that has the pre-programmed variable speed drive system massage seat.
It's pretty intense, I hear. Michelle said, hi, Angie. I'm excited for my hot tub. Yes, Michelle, thank you. I always ask you, support those that support us. So if it's something that you have been thinking about, or maybe you're looking at today going, all right, maybe we should do this. Yeah, just come in. You're going to love Angie and the team, by the way. They're just the most wonderful people to work with. This is the showroom that we shot. So we're talking about the saunas. We're talking about the cold plunges. We're talking about the hot tubs and then the swim spas. So for those of you that have thought, okay, we have a family and I don't know that I can pull the trigger on a full pool, but maybe a swim spa is for me. Yes, the answer is yes. That is. We asked you before, Angie, that it's pretty much, is it a tie between hot tubs and swim spas, or does one sell better than the other?
I mean, hot tubs are still the primary. They're still number one. Swim spas have increased exponentially since COVID because of the shutdown, people wanting to do the things at home and couldn't go to the gym and couldn't use the public pools or anything like that. Yeah. One thing I do want to mention about us in our showroom is that if you're apprehensive and not sure what you want or what you like, come in and take a test. Yeah. Try out those hot tubs. We have 3 different ones that you can jump into. We have 2 swim spas, the varying levels. That makes all the difference in the world when it comes down to making your purchase.
And we didn't get in with the water, but Jim and I did step into one, and I'm so glad we did because suddenly I had the realization of just how deep it was. I mean, I couldn't believe, again, the seat that I keep mentioning, it truly is like you're getting into a race car, and it's all contoured around you. So they've come a long, long way. Master Spas, you know what you're doing. And I love the fact that they're made in the USA, right? We're very, very big on that. So if you haven't been in, one more time, let me give you all the information. It is Spas and More in Sunset Hills. It's on the screen for you at Spas and More STL. The website is spasandmorestl.com. And again, as you can see, it is open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yes.
And then on Sundays, closed. Also, some great shows. And they also do some really wonderful work. Before we wrap up, I just want to mention this. You mentioned about different times of giving to charities. You also have a big event that comes up in the fall where you give as well. And I mentioned, I think when you and I first met, I was like, usually like, oh, we always do this. But then we're also tied into other things. Tell them about that.
Yeah, so actually this last weekend in St. Charles, we use that as one of our fundraisers for the Kaufman Fund. So for every hot tub and swim spa, we make a donation in the customer's name to the Kaufman Fund, $50 per hot tub, $100 per swim spa sold. And we do that show 3 times a year. the indoor stage trial show. And then we also help out with the Kaufman Fund during their casino night and their golf tournament. They've been a huge blessing since we have a former active duty Marine on our sales staff. Is just one of those things that's close to our hearts, is helping the local veterans.
Sure, absolutely. And don't you love that? I just love good businesses, small businesses that we need to continue to support, and then the aspect of giving back to our community. So everybody, please support those that support us. Small business lifting up small business. One more time, spas and more. Yes, your body is waiting for it. So whether it is the saunas, which I had my clients the other night go, "Are you getting a sauna too?" I'm like, no, one thing at a time. Jim says hot tub. And I actually, when I'm at the gym, I am incorporating the sauna now that they have there, but it is nice to have your own.
Oh, for sure. It does.
So you have 2 and 3 seaters?
We have a 2-person, a 3-person, a 3-person corner.
And 3-person corner, yes. So you'll get in and get a chance. These are chili goats, and also they have the sweaty goat. So that's the sweaty goat. The cold plunge is the chili goat, and then the swim spas and the hot tubs, all at Spas and More. All right, I'm going to let you pick it. I feel the one that I think we should read today. But 100 Days to Freedom. Ready? From shame, depression, anger, overeating, fear and anxiety, or 100 Days of Healing.
I'm feeling fear and anxiety.
Oh, fear and anxiety. Okay, I was feeling healing, but we're going to do fear and anxiety. By the way, she recently fell, so send her some healing energy. See, she needs the healing energy. So good to see you, my friend. Oh, yeah, by the way, I got to talk to you before we wrap up. So everybody, we'll let you know about some cool mobile Monicas we have coming up, and we're going to end with our faith and devotion, so don't go anywhere.
What if you could start your day feeling loose, relaxed, and ready? Deep hydrotherapy right in your backyard. No commute, no appointments, just warmth, relief whenever you need it. Sore muscles recover faster, tight joints loosen up, tension you carry all day, gone. Relax with your family or friends, or work out with our Michael Phelps Edition Swim Spas. Worried about maintenance? We have factory-trained service nearby whenever you need it. Plus, we're here for you long-term if you have any questions or need to refill supplies. You can even test spas at our showroom. Spas and More, A+ rated, locally owned for 20 years. We put the ah in spa.
All right, we're in the wrap up, and we always like to end with a little faith and devotion. So Angie picked fear and anxiety, which many of you, if you follow the show, you know that we have gone through 100 days of this, but I never want to take it off the table because people have a tendency to want to pick that one regularly. She picked day 50, and it is comfort. May our Lord Jesus Christ himself and God our Father, who loved us and by his grace gave us eternal comfort and a wonderful hope, comfort you and strengthen you in every good thing you do and say. I like that. Do you need a hug? I love that. I'm going to give you a hug now. Would you like someone to provide support and a listening ear? Yes. A calming presence, a reassurance that it's all going to work out. Sometimes the answer is yes. Actually, that would be helpful. Other times it feels like nothing will help. The comfort of Christ isn't like sentiment in a greeting card. It's the foundation you can build your life upon. Knowing that you're loved and cared for by the Son of God is no small thing. This love and care often comes through the body of Christ, believers who are at the hands and the feet of Jesus, who offer support and comfort in our time of need. Connection is so much a part of our healing process as well. When we are concerned and fearful, we can isolate ourselves from the people who are asking, what can you do to help? It can feel invasive, maybe even overwhelming. Our anxiety can cause us to reject their offers of comfort and care. I did not. I just asked Tricia to give me a massage. You wouldn't reject Jesus if he asked you, what's wrong? How can I help you? Allow yourself to receive the love and the care of Christ through the body of his believers. Jesus, be near to me today through the body of believers. Thank you for your love and care for me through your people. Amen to that. Yeah, I literally felt better when I said, Tricia, will you give me a little massage? And she did. That's a good friend, by the way. Okay, you love to shop, right? I know this about you. You're going to want to go here with me. So on July 14th at noon, come on with me. I've been tagging different people in this. The Porch in Wildwood. Have you ever been?
No.
You ever seen this? So keep an eye on your screen, everybody. This is the place for anything you want inside of your home or your office, by the way. So there's a lot of custom work that Jan Kaufman can do with you, but it's also the greatest aspect of a good pillow, a good throw. There's the hides that people love to put underneath tables. Maybe it is a table or a beautiful chair. There's jewelry there that I have my eye on. There's some, oh my gosh, there's some purses there that are going to blow you away. And then when we introduce Jan Kaufman to you on June 30th, we're going to tell her backstory along with Nicole Little, two great designers. When they come on set, you're going to see me debut a brand new candle that I bought from her place. There's all the jewelry, by the way. And if you're a fan like I am of coins, they have those beautiful coin necklaces. You want to come with me?
I do, because you know what? I've actually driven past that place so many times taking my dog to daycare that I've never been.
No, now you know. I just showed a video also of the bathroom. You want a gorgeous bathroom? Their bathroom blows me away. So it's on Manchester, okay? It is in Wildwood, theporchwildwood.com. This is your save the date, July 14th at noon. I want all of you to come there that day, and we're going to do our show live, but spend some time shopping and just looking around, and maybe you just start with a small piece and you kind of build from there. The other, Monica Spittler, sending out healing energy to her daughter. She just went through surgery. We are going to be going and talking about Coconut Grove the next week, July 21st. She's actually going to be on set with us at 7 a.m. So if you like the aspect of always feeling like you're on vacation, well, who doesn't? Angie just shook her head like, yes. Resort clothes, resort furniture, everything from women's to men's. That's what Coconut Grove has, and that's in Washington, Missouri, by the way. CoconutGBoutique.com. And ironically, her name is Monica Lynn, just like mine. I was like, that's a god wink. That's crazy. That doesn't happen. I've never met but one other person with the same name as me. And we did a mobile Monica for her as well. That was out in the Winghaven area. Now we're going to Washington. So cannot wait. Monica's story will blow you away of what she has overcome. And those are the cool things when you walk in God's purpose. And she just opened that just about a year ago. So cool things to come. By the way, if you have something you would like for us to feature on the show, shoot me a message at info@therealmonicaadams.com. Thank you, my friend. And to all of you, thank you for watching. Tomorrow, we are going to shine the spotlight on the activity aspect of what happens at Garden View Care Centers. It is a very important thing to keep this happy, and keep the body moving. And they do all of that. They just went to actually Jazz at the Bistro, and we're going to talk about that trip. So that's coming up for you tomorrow on The Real Monica Adams Show. From now till then, remember to believe in yourself. Take care of yourself as well. The greatest thing you can do in life is to be kind. God bless you.
The Real Monica Adams Show is brought to you by Exist Stretch. Stop by for your free consultation and 30-minute introductory stretch today.